This is LittleBigPlanet, and today I'm going to show you how to make a walking character. But one way to do so. This is a walking character that I made. As you can see, he's trying to kick the wheelchair. I don't know why I keep assuming it's a he. And this is a walking man I made just now. As you can see, he can walk. His pelvis, shoulders, and all the other bits and pieces you need for a character. These are scales to get them to walk. This could stand, but it was, it stood well in the water. This is, I don't know why I designed this for. It must have been a few years ago. In order to make something that can walk, what you need is whatever material you got. So you need to get wood. First off, go into the pot bit. And go into the goodies bag, so that's the bag at the top in the middle. Press the action button, going through materials, you've got collected objects there. Press action button once again, and you've got a selection and shape. Whatever you want, use whatever you want. If you want to do it the way I was doing it, it's best to use a square. This gives you nice, neat, straight lines that are really effective for this kind of, it's kind of work and stuff, and then you build up like this. And up here, you do the legs. Yes, I'm kind of rushing a bit, but we shall see how well this goes. Now as you can see, you've got 3 different layers. Thin layers work in between the thick layers, so like these for an example. I'm going to save this. Ooh, my bad. Very easy mistake to make. Who's saving? Sorry, but I'm kind of rushing like mad. Now I'm a little bit stressed. Okay, so as you can probably tell, use the pop cursor and then use the right stick to rotate it. If you rotate to the left, it'll go anti-clockwise. If you rotate to the right, it'll go clockwise. So you need to rotate it so it's at like a 5-degree angle or something. And then you need to add spring bolts. So these are spring bolts. These here, they act as like knee joints, and then place them there. I'll adjust these after, but first off, get another bit of wood from the material section of the goodies bag, and then we'll be building the pelvis. So kind of like what you get. This is, I know I make this not very. The background is the Da Vinci theme within the game. I thought it'd be rather fitting. Now go into the tools bag, and it's this one with the 2 cogs turning, and then get a bolt, which is in the second one. Turn that strength up to 100%, and then use this to make this more visible. Press the action button, press the action button again, go back with the cancel button, which is circle, and then you'll need wobble bolts. So these allow for a degree of motion, but they don't rotate all round and around and around and around. So press action, and then afterwards you'll need to build the rest of the body. This is the difficult part. The back is built like this, and then turn it with the right stick so it's counterclockwise, anti-clockwise, and then press it, and then turn the joystick up, or the thumbstick to be more accurate, and then turn it with the clockwise to go down, and then clockwise again to change the angle, and then clockwise again until it goes to a kind of 6 o'clock angle of the clock, and you keep doing this until you reach that perfect. That's not a breast, that's a rib. These are supposed to be rib. This is like a rib cage, right? So hope no one's got any weird thoughts about it. It's just the ribs, and then if you make a mistake, just do that. This is just a simple idea. It's not very simple, I know, but and then if you create the shoulders, you need to use that, and then you press that. If you want to connect them, use the left, use right one, R1 to make more layers, R2 to decrease them. You're going to go 3 layers, and then you press it, and then you get square again. Oh, and you press the D-pad to undo any mistakes you make. To make sure you get the right layers, you put it by here, to the right of the shoulder, but to the left of the rib. Technically it's not left of the rib, but you get the idea. The general gist is nothing too complicated, just a nice kind of body. I'm stressed out. In this game you have you have these tools, and the advanced glue tool is this, what looks like an icon. So you press this icon with the action button, X, you connect this, the back with the rib, the upper torso with the lower torso. In order to position it, you place this up, and then you get this torso, and you die. Then you go on to the gadgets. A wobble bolt will allow you to have arms that can move. But there's another thing. Now, of course, I'm not the biggest expert when it comes down to anatomy, but I do know a bit. Your muscles in your body don't actually push, they pull in opposing pairs. So one muscle will pull back while another one will contract to pull. That means it will pull in, while another muscle will release, will relax, and that's how you move your arm, you move your legs. If you play football, you're playing Fortnite, whatever it might be, your muscles are contracting and releasing, and that's the process of your body, right? Then, once you've placed them, down here you've got these connectors. Further down here, these are the rods, and there's a rod, string, the elastic spring, winch, and the chain and the pistons. I'm going to use the winch. First off, place it on here. So where this got this dotted line, press it, and then place it at a 90 at this here. So it's kind of perpendicular, right? Place it on up here, so roughly near where the wobble bolt is. And then use L2 to make this invisibilize it, to magically invisibilize it, and then do the same process with the right. 39. Let's get it down. 39. Let's get it down to halfway. You can kind of work out halfway. So it's 90, right? So it's 20. Perfect. Not too bad. Obviously, we need to give it a nice, lovely head start, as we all know. A head's a very important part of one's identity. And then, perfect. All good. Oh, one thing. You need to put spring bolts on the elbow joints. Yes, I'm stressed out, as you can probably tell. But we need to be a little bit, do things properly, yeah? We need to make sure things are done decently. Not in that way, but just, things are done well. And so you get the upper torso and the lower torso, and let's connect them, shall we? Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to connect them with the advanced glue tool. I find that's much better, and also it keeps this kind of skeletal vibes to it. So go back onto this icon, press the upper torso, the lower torso, and now it's connected. But of course, the only thing is the legs. It won't stand up. What you need is a gyroscope. Now, these things don't have an inner balance on their own. You don't have your balance you get in your ears. It needs its own balancing system. So go on to the gadget page, go down where it says rotators, and this is a gyroscope. It is what keeps things upright and will allow this large item or character, to walk with an upright gait. You know, kind of standing tall. And of course, as you can probably tell, the spring bolts in the knees are very soft, to put it polite, are very weak. Invisibilize these, and then you strengthen them to 100%. To do that, you go on here, press the square, just a tweak, and if you press the D-pad left and right, you can decrease its strength. So this here will be weak. Or you can increase its strength, which is to say, go back on and increase it, like so. As we want it to stand on its own merits. Oh, and if that happens, just place it using your eye to detail. That is how we make a walking man or woman or person in LittleBigPlanet. And obviously you want some lovely details. Of course, our friend doesn't really have a brain, so we're going to give him one. Go down, go up to gadgets, so it's the second page. The number of the page is at the bottom. This brain is when you jump on it, it explodes, and it basically, your character's dead, done for. This one is a protected brain. It means that if you jump on it, it can't do nothing, bugger all. It cannot do anything. So the brain will be placed on the top, kind of like a crown or a skull cap or a kippa, a form of a hat. And the behaviour will be the following. The only trouble is, it doesn't have legs. Well, it has legs, but in this game, I'm gonna put the legs on the back, kind of just give it the spinal kind of work around it sort of thing. And then I'm gonna put some eyes. So in order to get the camera zoomed in, you push up, which increases the zoom on the camera. Go down into the tools bag, and you've got these eyes. This eye can be changed to any colour you want. I'm kind of experimenting, and then you press action to place them. And the magic mouth allows your character to speak. And you can type in anything you want. But we'll keep it clean, yeah? We'll keep it nice and clean, nice and light-hearted. You know, a bit of a joke. Nice and chill. Nothing too bad. We'll just say hello. There you go. It's not very easy what I'm typing. And you can change, the third one down allows you to change it so you can have a speech bubble, a caption, or thought bubble. Let's keep it a speech bubble. And you can change the voice. Let's give them a lion voice, Joey. Actually, I like the meerkat queen voice. He's a guy, but the meerkat. Let's give him a meerkat voice. There we go. Lovely job. And that, my friend, is how we make a walking thing. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you want to call it. Steam folks, I don't really know. But